Hi, everybody. I'm Elise as Another Truth on YouTube. Thank you so much for listening to this audio only commentary. Today is going to be a tough topic about Katie Joy and her visual return to YouTube, as well as her latest video about, as she said, her embarrassing healthcare situation. Firstly, I want to issue a content warning that anything that I say in here could trigger someone. I'm speaking off the cuff. I could swear in here. I'm going to talk about infection. I'm going to talk about dishonesty, stalking, lying, all that. This could potentially harm someone emotionally. So please be advised and take precautions before listening. I do take my content warnings very seriously. So please take good care of yourselves. All right, let's begin. Now, I'm not here to insult Katie Joy's appearance. I don't have an issue with Katie Joy's appearance. Um, I do question some of the validity of her stories that she talked about. She did speak with sort of a shaky voice. I'm not sure why. She did have a shit-eating grin on her face. And to me, that it reminds me of Colleen with the fake smile, with that full seething contempt behind it. Like, how dare you cross my path? How dare you cross me in any way? Blah, blah, blah. That is a giveaway. Now, I am not someone who has personally experienced substance addictions. Some people have made some claims that the reason why she wasn't getting long-term care for this is because she's hiding addictions or things like that. And I don't know if the addiction itself had anything to do with it. Sadly, I am ignorant of that because I have never experienced that. My best friend is a recovering addict, well recovered as far as I'm concerned, but still in recovery. And these are things that I did not notice. And I don't think that I could be I can't comment on that really because I have never experienced that personally to know some signs. The only thing that I'm noticing is that she's full of shit like she always is. Now, I do believe she had a serious infection around her face because she's had infections on her face before, as we have noticed. Now, the one that she had during, I think it was during the pandemic, um, that a lot of people were getting on her case about that, how filthy her brushes might have been, that she might have been picking at her face, things like that. So that could have been the reason why she hid it. But I don't know why she went into her video with this extended apology of why she wasn't physically, why she didn't show her face in any of her videos. I think most normal people would understand that if someone is battling an infection and doesn't want to show their face, that's one thing, but it's not like she disappeared for 9 months completely or 10 months, however long it's been since then. I'm losing track of time. And if she left in May and didn't come back till now, yeah, of course this video would have been valid in many ways. She would have explained what happened in her own terms, keeping her own privacy, because she's not inclined to discuss her medical issues with us at all, and she doesn't have to. That's a private thing. But she's still working. Yeah, she talked about changing formats temporarily, but there was no reason to apologize for that because that's something Katie Joy already addressed, why she wasn't going to do that. So I think the apology was entire bullshit, um, because this talk about how women feel conscientious about their appearance or and everything. I think that's just something that she adapted from other people's stories instead of truly trying to connect it to what is going on in the community. If anything, it was her way of disconnecting herself with the community. And I do think that part of her visual absence had a lot to do with separating herself from some of the stuff that she was saying and going online, and hoping people would just kind of forget about what she looks like. But I also don't want to um, downplay the seriousness of having a staph infection on your face, which can go into your bloodstream, your brain, other organs. It can spread and it can create long-term complications. Now, to me, she looks like the same as she did when she made her appearance on Fox News briefly as a YouTuber. I didn't see like any difference. Now, she kind of suggested there was a flare up, this and that. There weren't really any specifics there that made sense of what would have accounted for her, for the absence of her personal appearance in her own videos. It doesn't matter. She can choose whatever format she wants. It may have hurt her numbers. I don't think so. But I think she already told her community what was going on. And so this whole big apology thing was nothing but a ruse to kind of deflect people from what's going on as usual. And that all the other stories and the fake bullshit about her caring about other women and what they're going through, and her mockery of how she behaves, it there was nothing serious in this that told me that she made certain connections that were meaningful and important. It was just sort of a segue into how she's being victimized in the community. Now, to me, it's possible she could be stalked because she's in that profession, she's in that world, that's what she does. But I think that she has some connection with this in the harassment and the ongoing legal nonsense that's going on with other content creators. I think she is deeply connected to that, in my opinion. And I think she is sort of the engine behind some of this nonsense. Now, I'm not going to say she's at blame for everything, but it's interesting that she would use her own staph infection and her apparent negligence of self care, um, as a way to deflect her responsibility of what's going on in the community. I think it's rather disgusting and despicable, and it makes a mockery in my opinion, it makes a mockery of health care, self care, women's issues, because we know Katie Joy. I mean, she admitted herself, like, yeah, I'm saying that, but then I know because other people have said this, and I know what I've said, blah blah blah. She doesn't care about women's issues. She's already canceled herself in that respect. She has no interest in educating the public about anything. It doesn't matter. She doesn't even seem to be taking care of herself properly. Now, I don't know what's behind that. If it's lack of health care access, if it's because of insurance reasons. I'm not privy to these things. But a serious staph infection, the way she described, she would have been in the hospital, and the healing would have taken a lot longer. To me, while it's serious what she went through and what she could have put her family through if she hadn't taken those steps, and I believe she had a staph infection because it appears she still does have one. um, I can't take anything else. What she says is serious. I would take that this whole video is just another bunch of bullshit to go on here because she's facing a lot of nonsense about some of her behavior. She's connected to other people's bad behavior on here. From my opinion, of course, everything I say here is based on my opinion, my perspective, based on the facts, based on what I see going on. I'm not an expert in any of this. Anyway, that's just my opinion of it, and that's it. So please take care. I'll talk to you soon.